Hey everyone, I'm Cooper Chapman, your host on today's episode of Surfing Australia TV, presented by Woolworths, feeding fresh talent. On this episode, I'm going to take you into my life, and this is what we're going to get up to. We check out the Hydrolite Sports ambassadors, Zali Kelly and Reef Heazlewood. 4-time world champ Mark Richards talks fins thanks to FCS. I hit the gym with Deb Savage. 8-time world champion wakeboarder Harley Clifford takes me for a spin down on the Tumbulgan River. And we check out all the action from the Usher Carp. First up on the show, I catch up with my coach and mate, Michael Crisp.
Summer up here on the north coast of New South Wales, always beautiful. Nice to get some nice conditions today. We're going to head out on the ski with Crispy, get a couple little step-offs, maybe a few tubes, but yeah, a few of the back beaches handle the wind when it's northerly and nice and protected because it's pretty northerly pretty often up here, but I think today we've got nice clean conditions to start off the morning.
Reef Heazlewood's one of Australia's most explosive surfers and a very good friend of mine. Let's check out his newest clip with Hydrolite Sports' new series, Riding the Wave.
I'd gone and seen the surgeon and he said, yeah, you can surf, and so I wasn't waiting. I had to look for somewhere where it was a bit small so I could just get started and see how the shoulder felt. And I paddled out and just ended up catching a couple, and it was pretty soft, which was nice and amazing just to feel the water again. When I talked to the surgeon, he kind of said take 3 months to really kind of get back to 100%. So that's kind of my program for the next 3 months, is just kind of solidly working back to getting to kind of a little gun and then back to my shortboard after that. If I can give advice to people that are going to be getting surgery, is just enjoy every step, because once you pass that, you're going to be doing something else, and so try and not get frustrated and you'll be back before you know it. So yeah, just enjoy it. I'm pretty excited about the future because it's a bit unknown. I'm looking at coming back to the QS, and obviously the goal is just first year, just absolutely blitz it. You got to do everything you can that's in your power, and you know, then just let everything else that's outside of your power happen. And so yeah, like right now I'm just focusing on really sharpening everything that I can do that's in my power and everything that I can control. And you know, I'm really looking forward to the qualifying series and then hopefully the championship tour and hopefully getting a world title.
The Woolworths Surfer Groms Comps showcase the best young surfers in the country while remaining focused on having fun. Check out what went down on the last leg at the Sunshine Coast.
Italo and Liam O'Brien. Probably Kelly Slater. Kelly Slater. Carissa Moore. Sally Fitzgibbons or Steph Gilmore. My favourite fruit is apple. Apples. Probably banana. Mango. Mango. Probably mango. Maybe airs. Probably doing an air. Probably a big snapper and air. Well, I want to accomplish an air soon. Airs, definitely. Yeah. Well, I really want to learn how to do like airs and stuff. Someone hasn't been getting a ton of waves, let them go a couple. so they can have a good surf too. Probably giving them the wave. We normally at North Burleigh, we like share the waves with our friends and stuff, and we do party waves sometimes. Probably encourage my sister. Cheer my brother on when he's 6 years old. He's competing in this thing, and he's always out there when he feels like it, and just he loves it. So I'd always cheer him on when he's on the good wave.
Like when they snap their board or hurt themselves, help them get in or something.
Probably like let them go one of the best sets because I haven't caught. I've done it in a heat and they haven't caught in a wave yet, so I let them catch that set.
Don't go anywhere. After the break, I hit the gym with my trainer, Deb Savage. With surfing becoming more professional, a huge part of our training is done in the gym, not just in the ocean. I'm lucky enough to be working with Surfing Australia's performance support manager, Deb Savage. Deb's worked with multiple Olympic sports, and it's so great to have her bringing that expertise into surfing.
Okay, hip to hand connection, chin. There we go. So 2 weeks ago you were like starting it, was it like noticeably different in terms of like even going from a 15 to end range at like a 20 when you were sort of back there? Whereas now you're getting it moving a lot easier, yeah, but it's just that consolidation at the top. So this real deeper connectivity between hip and hand and what that takes. Yeah, so it's really showing up with form under fatigue.
Good correlation between paddling and chin-ups, so I do lots of chin-ups. Surfing 20 years ago was all about drinking beers and seeing who could surf the most hungover, but now it's all about training and making sure we're elite athletes. Always important after a big strength session to get the foam rolling, stretch out those muscles, and I'm lucky enough that I have physio Paulie just around the corner. We'll go jump in for a quick session with him, get some dry needling done, and hopefully a little Lulu's in there to keep us company.
It's important to have a physio that understands our surfer's body so we can perform at our peak and also have great injury prevention.
So what we're doing is probably more preventative sort of stuff, just loosening the key areas where surfers get tight. So Coops has been training pretty hard. So he's been working his lats and his shoulders with the paddling and chin-ups and things. So we're just making sure he doesn't lose any range of motion in his shoulder. So we focus on the key areas that are important for surfing, which is like your shoulders, your hips, ankles and the middle of your back, just to make sure we maintain all the movement in those areas.
Mark Richards is one of the nicest guys you'll ever get to meet. I was lucky enough to spend a bit of time with him at Surfing Australia's Olympic Readiness Camp, where I asked him to shape me a board and he was thrilled to do so. He called me a week later and talked to me all about the twin fin era and made me one of the most beautiful boards I've ever had the chance of riding. Listen closely in this next segment as Mark takes you through the history of his board designs.
The reason that I started shaping was that I think when I was like 14 or 13, 14 or 15, I was riding Jeff McCoy's boards, and I'd go and stay with Jeff in Sydney for the 2 school holiday groups each year. And we'd surf early in the morning at North Narrabeen. I'd go to the factory, watch him shape, and whenever someone came in and said, hey, the surf's really good, everyone would just like stop half, whatever they were doing. They would stop and just all go in en masse and go surfing, and it just kind of seemed like, you know, the most awesome lifestyle, and I figured that I've got to be a shaper, that's the one. When I first started going to Hawaii in the 70s, the first year I went was 1972. That was all on single fins. A lot of the classic photos on the Reno Abilera shape magenta and yellow board. That was a 7'8" single fin. And then I rode single fins all the way through until 1982. There was single fins exclusively up to 1978. And then in 78, like I reintroduced the twin fin. So for the, I guess the world title years from 78 through to 82, I rode twin fins on, 90% of the tour. And the 10% of the tour that was in Hawaii, I rode single fins. The first board I kind of created was was in 1978 and became known as the free ride twin fin, which was there's a replica of the board on the right there. And I'm going to sound like a total egomaniac, but I got it right first go. It went so good, I couldn't believe how good it went. Like, it was fast, it was incredibly manoeuvrable, way more manoeuvrable than a single fin. I felt like I was going twice as fast. I'm sure I wasn't. I'm sure if you were sitting there watching it, you're going exactly the same speed as that guy on the single fin, but it felt like I was going twice as fast. The main thing was I just felt it made me like really competitive in small surf because it felt alive and fast, and I wasn't scared of if I got to an event and it was 2 foot and on shore. Whereas before, on a 6/8 single fin with a narrow tail, I knew I was going to sink after the first turn. I just went, I've got a secret weapon that after the first turn is going to keep going and go fast. So that was sort of how it all started. I guess I'm just really stoked to see it come back and to see so many people like embrace it. To have this opportunity to have, this fin set with FCS and with a stabiliser, and then the original twin fin set. It's it's so awesome to have these in the marketplace so that people can put them in twin fins. And as I spoke about in the interview, I get so stoked when I see these in. They don't just have to be in boards I've made. I get stoked seeing them in other manufacturers' boards, and I get stoked seeing people ride them. And I'm just really grateful that the twin fin has been taken out of the museum and given this whole new lease of life, with so many young surfers and so many young shapers like embracing them and doing twin fin models.
Welcome back to Surfing Australia TV. A huge part of my life is the Good Human Factory, a mental health project I started 2 years ago to inspire others to be more aware of and take better care of their mental health. Our ambassador program is a great way to connect top athletes with a positive mental health message.
Hey there, it's Jordy Smith here. My mental health tip for the day is to be true to who you are and to not take life too seriously.
Shit's gonna go wrong, things are gonna go right, just roll with it.
Don't take life so serious. Enjoy yourself, get out there, have a laugh. It's good for you.
Our initial ambassador was 8-time world champion wakeboarder Harley Clifford, and he was kind enough to take me out on the Tumbulgum River and show me some skills behind the boat.
We got an endless 1.5 foot wave, mate. I got my twin fin and I'm gonna be out there shredding.
Learning from an 8-time world champion wakeboarder is so special. It makes it really easy to understand the way that he can rotate and the way that he thinks when he's doing tricks. That way I can try and transition it into my surfing.
Yeah, it's been cool hanging out with Coops, and he's taken me under his wing and been teaching me to surf a little bit, which is awesome. I've kind of been getting into it really and enjoying it, and then vice versa, I've been getting Coops out on the wakeboard. He's had a few big crashes, but he's doing pretty well already. A couple flips, couple spins, pretty cool to see. Oh, if you don't land this one, mate, you're swimming home. Cooper Chapman, ladies and gentlemen.
Surfing's definitely my number one, and I try and surf twice a day. But sometimes when the conditions aren't that good, it's awesome to get behind the boat, work on some repetition, work on some new airs, and even sometimes try a couple of flips. In the ocean, we don't quite get to hit the same section every single time. That's why behind the boat, getting to come off the one section over and over again really allows you to get that aerial awareness and feel comfortable when you're rotating. Harley's such a legend, and his enthusiasm and kindness is something that not many people have. That's why I'm so proud to have him as a Good Human Factory ambassador to spread positive mental health messages through the wakeboarding community.
Yeah, we all go through struggles, and it's a part of life, and just about trying to get through those struggles and keep on trooping along and keep being happy.
My Good Human Factory workshops are designed to inspire the audience to reflect on their life and make better decisions when it comes to their mental health. I also have a podcast called Good Humans, where I speak to top athletes such as Ryan Callanan, Wade Carmichael and Sally Fitzgibbons to open up a little bit about their life challenges and the skills that they've learnt through the tough times in their life. Next up is the Usher Carp. It pits the best board riders competitors from Coffs Harbour to Noosa over 3 days of epic surfing on the Gold Coast. Check it out.
This comp really represents the essence of what the Usher Group is all about, what the Gold Coast is all about, surfing, lifestyle, epic waves. This is the fruits of it today. It's just so super stoked that the Goldie has just turned it on, the waves are pumping. It's gone westerly and mate, like I'm just frosting. So bring it on, go the Usher Cup, yes.
It's really the clash of the Titans. It's a tough draw because every single club's got 3 very, very good surfers, and then there's a bunch of wild cards. We just wanted the best surfers in the event.
Be able to put the jersey on feels amazing, and it's a really good warm-up for the qualifying series that are coming up, so I'm pretty excited.
Oh yeah, it's unreal that Usher Group's got behind this contest. It's always so good to surf for your club and then a bit of an individual aspect as well. So yeah, it's a really cool contest, and yeah, I think everyone's pretty stoked to be a part of it.
Pretty excited, pretty surreal. I mean, it was crazy. I didn't even expect to make the first heat, so I was pretty stoked to keep going and then somehow make the final and win it. But yeah, pretty stoked.
Such sick way. It's so fun to get to surf a heat out snapper. I've never done that before.
Thank you. I just want to thank everyone, especially the Usher Group and Rabs and Jay and everyone involved. So much fun, all the boys. Sick final. So much fun getting to surf with all the best mates and have a hell time. Thanks again. Woo.
As a junior surfer, there is nothing better than coming right here to Surfing Australia's High Performance Centre. Watch as our best juniors work with Australia's best surf coaches on their surfing for upcoming World Junior Surf events.
Pro Junior Camp, all the best juniors in Australia down here, contest themed, so getting them sparring, some drills, stress tests. Yeah, it's a bit of a hit out before the junior events kick off, and some of them are also attacking the regional QS. At this camp in particular, it's about putting them under a bit of stress, testing them and sort of asking a really high standard. So don't just be the best surfer at the camp, think about what you'd have to do to win a World Junior title. So what are the best kids internationally doing and setting a really high standard. So if it's mediocre, we're just calling it out, and they've been pretty accepting of like, that's not good enough, and go back out and try again.
I'm kind of just introducing a concept to the Pro Junior Camp. It's called the stress test, and it's a competitive opportunity for the surfers to really, understand or be exposed to a situation that really highlights some of the challenges within competitive surfing.
These new drills are actually making them think, and that's the difference between a good competitor and a good competitor that has a definite chance of being a professional. You've got to apply yourself, yes. You've got to have the ability, yes, but I think if you have the intelligence and be able to read what's going on in both the surf and on the beach and the whole environment, I think you have a way better chance of making a career.
To have the boys and the girls here together, the level of surfing, in Australia at the moment and around the world with both male and female, I think it's only beneficial for both women and men actually, just to be in the same headspace as each other and really push each other. So can't wait to see how they go in the junior series.
Zali Kelly has been progressing women's surfing so much over the last couple of years. Here's Zali in her third instalment of Hydrolite Sports series, Riding the Wave.
During this downtime, besides surfing, I've just been skating a whole bunch and started running. Never really did that before, but started that. It's been good, so I can stay fit for when surfing comes back. In the surf, I've just been focusing on improving my barrels, getting that takeoff right, and just with my overall surfing, trying to get lower and rotating my shoulders a bit more. I think personally I've seen improvements in my surfing, like my airs have got more consistent, I've gotten more comfortable, bigger waves, steeper waves, and just overall my surfing feels better. When competition resumes, I just want to do my best in them and get on tour like I wanted to do last year, but I'll have my time again.
Well, that's all for this episode of Surfing Australia TV, presented by Woolworths, feeding fresh talent. I'm Cooper Chapman, thanks for watching.